Hello and welcome to Garblag Games. Tonight we are playing another game of Dodeca.
Dodeca!
My self-published game here, and it is nearly finished. Can people hear us? Yeah, people can hear us. It's nearly finished, and we're doing a bit of play testing, a bit of showing off here on the channel of Dodeca for you lovely people out there. It is my D12 old school feel but modern narrative rule set role-playing game. So it's a fusion of old and new. Cool. Okay, so I have some wonderful people with me tonight, and for the next 4, maybe 5 weeks, we'll see how it goes. And we're going to say, everyone's going to go around and say hello and say who they are, and we're going to start with the person just over here, Ben.
Hello, I'm Ben. You know me. I'm good.
I love how resounded you're like, I've been here too long.
Cool. Who's next then? Josh. How are you doing, Josh?
I'm great, thank you. I'm Josh. I've been on 2 or 3 streams now. I tend to play very thick people, so that's good. So hopefully the dice are kind tonight. We'll see how that goes.
Intellectual titan for you tonight.
Yeah.
Cool. Aaron, how are you doing? How are you doing over in the States?
Everything is sunny and hot here in San Diego, and it's 1:00 in the afternoon. It's 100 degrees Fahrenheit, but I'm excited to play some Dodeca.
Yeah, it's not 112 degrees Fahrenheit or something like that.
No,
144. That would be too hot, wouldn't it?
That'd be a little rough. It's actually
He
only
has
90,
air conditioning in a pool. He doesn't know true torment.
That is very true. I do not do torment.
Well, it's about 24 degrees here today, and it's been about 28 degrees in my shed, and for me, that was pretty hot. Next, we're round to James. How are you doing, James?
Hello, I'm really good. Yeah, I am second Dodeca campaign. The first one was very short but very awesome. I've loved it so far. Yeah, I've streamed several times on Garblag, mostly as a angry, curmudgeonly old man, it would seem, both in Coriolis and Dodeca. So we'll see hopefully something different tonight.
Yeah. Cool. And Born Beneath a Dark Star last time.
Yes.
Martin, hello.
Hello, I'm Martin. As hopefully you know, I was Samyaza in the last short but sweet game. And before that, playing Carlos in the much longer and enjoyable Coriolis. And excited to roll a new character today and see what the dice gift me. See if I can be something that's not a yelly preacher.
We'll see. I've got a feeling that the dice will lead you back there somehow.
Probably, but we'll see.
But you bring up a good point, because Dodeca is a game that encourages random character creation. And when you create your character, you don't pick a race, heritage, ancestry, class, background, all of those labels. You create 5 narrative sentences that just help you figure out who your character is, and then you can describe them afterwards. And they complete 5 sentences that completely describe your character. Does anyone want to read?
Yeah, I can go through them.
Yeah.
So there was, I was born, I trust, the world taught me, people call me, I seek. And then there's a little bit under that, which is for character advancement after
your
that.
Journey, which is going beyond. The experience system is such that when you have sessions and something cool happens, something interesting, something meaningful, if you, the GM, and one other player agree to it, then you can write a new sentence in your journey. It has to be cool, has to sound awesome, has to sound grimdark, but you can attach a skill bonus to that statement. So then you advance your character. So it's kind of a collaborative experience system where everyone says, hey, Josh, that thing you did was awesome. I think you should definitely, add that to your journey. And you also end up creating a nice long story of all the things your character has done, all the notable kind of events. So if I'm looking down occasionally, I've had to change my setup slightly so that it all works, and it seems to be working. So I'm pleased. So yes. Now, last time we created characters and then we created the world. And this time, however, our wonderful patrons who are out there, who support us, all those wonderful people who do, thank you very much, making all this possible, all the kit and equipment, all the games, all the software, all the wonderful things. They have rolled for us on our Discord, which you can join us here if you're in chat on Twitch, or if you're watching back on YouTube later, there's a link down in the video description with all the other gubbins. This time, as I said, our patrons have rolled our world for us, and I don't know if someone wants to bring up the Discord.
Got it.
Got it? Okay, James. Right.
Do you want me to read it out?
I want you to read out what our world is.
Okay. So there are 6 different roles, and so the world is.
Hang on. I think we got a bit carried away, and they did 2.
Oh, there's 5.
There's 5.
There's
Is
5.
the one I put in there?
Miscounted. There you
Okay, no worries. Cool.
go. The world is crafted by greater beings. Do you want me to read the little flavoury bit? I can do that. Yeah. So, it is known that those who came before built this place, and yet none truly know if they linger or have left the people to fend for themselves. It's pretty cool. Civilization has given into superstition, perhaps worshipping the leftover technology of a bygone era, or hoping for the blessing of mythical gods. Your civilization is steeped in superstition, which works perfectly with the first one. Besides the dark, we fear those beyond. There are terrible things that exist between the layers of reality. Alien or interdimensional technology and creatures plague your world. Cool. Power comes from long-lost ancestors. Though lost to time and long dead, you still feel their reach and influence in some way. Supernatural power is gained from those that came before. And finally, the people want to die on their feet. The people have been beaten so thoroughly that their defeat and death is inevitable. Yet they do not give in. They will die on their feet. That's pretty awesome.
Excellent. And the patrons are having a bit of a discussion around how this sounded a bit grim, far future, sci-fi. That there's some gigantic spaceship that's planet-sized that's falling apart and crumbling, and all of the people are being battered and attacked by these creatures from the beyond outside, and are flocking to this place as a last kind of place of refuge, and hoping that within it they find some great ancestral knowledge, power, that kind of thing. And it's like a huge Space Hulk, basically.
Oh, I was just going to say Space Hulk. It's just Space Hulk.
That's
so we're playing Space Hulk, Dodeca Space Hulk, which I think is pretty awesome. So bear that in mind. We'll bear that in mind as we build our characters. And it's good to say that the world creation is a similar creation to characters. You roll 5 on 5 sentences. The world is, civilization has, besides the dark we fear, powers come from, and the people want. And these help you flesh out what your world is. So what we're going to do is we are going to create some characters now.
Yeah.
And I've got a little character sheet that I can flash up on the screen that covers everyone apart from Martin and I. Sorry, Martin and me, because if I remove Martin from that sentence, I would not say I. And everyone can get a view of, there are 6 main attributes: guile, vigor, occult, psyche, education and training. Beneath each of those are nested 3 skills. You will get a score in your attribute, which represents the number of dice that you roll when attempting a skill. Your skill level you subtract from the target number that you need for a success on each die that you roll. Okay? And we'll get into that when we do the world, and some of you have already played it before, so not a problem, or seen it played. So what we're going to do is we are going to. You guys have all got a PDF, right?
Yeah.
Good. You all got that. I've got the things in front of me, and we are going to go through the I was born first, and everyone is going to roll a die, tell us the number and what that is. Now, all your attributes begin at 2, and all your skills at 0. The base target number is 11 plus. So the more points you have in a skill, the lower that number goes. So the better you are at it. Okay? And each step will give you an attribute point, a skill point, and another benefit. That might be equipment, it might be powers, it might be more skill points for you to pick and choose where they go for a bit of flexibility in your character. And we'll go through the 5 stages of Dodeca, and we'll get there. Right. So what we're going to do is we'll go around the screen, and I'm going to start with Josh this time. Josh,
I rolled a 7.
a 7. So, and so what is your first sentence?
I was born in another time, which
Cool.
I imagine on a spaceship involves some sort of cryo or time portal. I love this. Right.
Yeah.
So born in another time.
And that
Writing it down.
means you gain a point in education. So your education becomes 3. You gain a point in tech. And you gain a basic weapon from another world. Now, normally,
cool.
when you build weapons and armor, you get to personalize them and then add features and flaws and then tell me what they are based on those features and flaws. So now you may have something far future, far past, something ancient, a power sword of the ancient ancestors. Who knows? We'll figure that out as we go.
Amazing. That sounds great.
Cool. Ben, let's have your I was born.
I rolled a 5. I was born of prophecy and portent.
Ooh. They're all kind of crazy, ridiculous statements, and big ass kind of Conan style, statements and lines for things.
Prophecy and portent gets me psyche and weird.
Weird.
Imagine that.
Weird.
Now the weird skill is like I can feel a disturbance in the force, or like you can sniff things out. You've got that supernatural feeling. It's not
Spidey senses.
exactly Spidey senses, 100%.
And a meditation kit.
And a meditation kit. Ooh. There you go. Okay, cool.
Splendid.
And we'll talk about kits later when we do the equipment bit. Right, Aaron.
I got a 2. I was born in blood and flame.
Nice.
So it's a vigor, skill, and prowess, and a suit of skirmish armor.
Ooh, nice.
Nice.
Armor is very handy.
That
And
makes
because
me
we're in
happy.
a grim far future setting, not ripping off anything obvious there. Armor and guns and stuff is going to be pretty prevalent, so this should be fun. Okay, cool. Right, James.
I rolled a 9. I was born of iron and steel,
Ooh.
which means I'm a robot, right?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, absolutely. Could be a robot. Yep.
Yeah.
Or a
Yep.
cyborg.
Or a cyborg. We've
Cyborg.
got a really cool picture in the book of a cyborg drawn by Mustafa Bekir, cover up by Diogo Nogueria. And you can still get it on BackerKit, by the way, if you are watching this and interested. And in the Twitch, I've just put a link. And if you're watching back on YouTube, it's down in the video gubbins.
Page 11 currently. Good draw.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's cool. He's like, "Urgh," and he's got like everything apart from his face. It's a bit like Robocop kind of thing. Okay, so I was born of iron and steel. That's a point of vigor, a skill point in might. So that's like acrobatics and bend bars, lift gates, all that kind of stuff.
Awesome.
And a basic melee weapon choice.
Sounds
Cool.
good.
Right, then round to Martin. How were you born?
I also rolled a 9, so should I re-roll?
It's up to you.
Yeah.
Do you want to re-roll?
I'll re-roll. I think I'll go try and see if we can get something different. So
Okay.
1 second.
As I said before, I'm interested in doing a deck of cards for this, so that you have the 12 I was born statements and you kind of deal them out to the players so they've all got something different.
Oh, that's
Alright,
a cool idea.
So this re-roll, I got a 3. So I was born beneath the earth.
Cool.
Space Wars.
Oh, Dex.
Squats! They don't exist anymore, so we can put them in Dodeca. No.
Yeah.
Attribute, vigor, skill, craft, and a craftsman's kit. Cool.
Yes.
Okay. Right. We are going to move on to the next sentence then. This is I trust. So your source is the second step on your legend and represents what your character holds dear or believes in. So I trust. So I'm gonna offset it by one person each time. So this time we're going to start with Ben.
Oh, I trust a greater power.
Ooh. Hey. So, attribute psyche, skill perform, and benefit of one power of your choice. Ray of Doom, Ray of Doom. It's a handy power. It's the fireball. Right, okay, cool. Right, so then Mount to Aaron.
I trust not but steal.
Oh, cool. We're getting a bit of a prowess monger over there, aren't we?
Looks like it's going that way.
Yeah. Attribute training, skill, prowess, and benefit one skirmish armor choice. Whoa.
So now I have 2 skirmish armor choices.
Well, now you can sell one and get the money.
I love it.
Nice.
I'm tempted to do, actually, that when you get the same choice again, you get to add another feature to the first set that you got.
Oh, that would be cool.
Because
that would
that's
be really
effectively the same value again,
cool. Mhm.
adding a feature or removing a flaw.
Ooh,
So I
that's a
think we'll
good
go with
idea.
that. I think I'm going to make a little ruling there. That's going to be in a
Sounds
release on my Patreon. There's going to be supplementary rules on the Patreon for Dodeca, so they'll be helping people and doubling up. Cool. Right. James has run off just as we're about to do his step. So we'll go to Martin. Martin.
Seconds, hang on.
Oh,
Oh,
hello.
James
Oh,
back.
he's back. Oh. That's all right. We can do Martin. That's fine. Oh, he's coming
Okay.
back. Here we go.
James,
That's
Sorry,
okay.
my
No, don't worry.
my iPad needed charging, otherwise I'd lose my character sheet.
Oh,
So I was just plugging it in.
we don't want
Right.
that.
That's the pain of technology over paper, you see. Right. So I need to roll a dice. I rolled a. I trust my own 2 hands. Apparently.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a good one. Attribute vigor, skill, craft, and benefit an engineer's kit. Great. So Martin, what do you trust?
I trust what I can see before me.
Okay. Cool. And that gets you vigor, survival, and a basic weapon choice. That says basic weapon choice. That can be melee, ranged, or thrown. So that's up to you. Yep. Okay, and then Josh.
Here we go. I got a 3, which is my own 2 hands. Will I roll again?
It's up to you. Do you want to
I'll
roll
roll
again?
again. Here we go.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
fine.
sure.
Oh, I got an 11. I trust coin. So guile, skill. Attribute guile, skill, manipulate, and 2d12 currency.
Yeah.
Hopefully
That's
they're
handy.
not from that other time,
Yeah. Turn up. I've got bottle
2d12
caps.
currency stretches a long way.
It does. Depends on what you roll, but it does.
Well, it's true.
Yeah. Okay, right. Excellent. So hopefully now you guys have got 2 steps on your legend. You're starting to get a bit of an idea of what your character is. It gives you your stats, but you can kind of tailor that to how you think it relates to the world and the rest of the team at the same time. Right, so the next step. Your youth is the 3rd step on your legend. And reveals something about the character's upbringing. This will provide you with an attribute and skill to increase, as well as another benefit. Roll 1d12 on the table below to complete the sentence, "The world taught me." So, we're going to start with Aaron this time. What did the world teach you, Aaron?
The world taught me to live by my wits.
Oh, cool. Okay. Nice.
So that's attribute guile, skill, observe, and benefit 1 skill rank of your choice.
Yeah. Prowess. By the way, observe is the skill used for ranged weapons. Prowess is the skill used for melee weapons, and Might is the skill used for thrown weapons. Just so people are aware of that, because I'm sure someone's going to want to wield a few weapons. Cool, so we'll come back round in a minute, Aaron, and you tell us what skill you've bought. Or you can save it till later if you want to. You don't have to do it right now. Right, James, over to you.
Oh, the world taught me to prey on the weak.
Oh, some sort of space pirate cyborg. You definitely
robot,
You definitely are that guy from the book. It's definitely.
Yeah.
He
I'm
looks like a mean motherfucker, doesn't he?
The rogue simulants from Red Dwarf.
Oh yeah. Excellent. You got 2 sets of eyebrows. Okay, so attribute occult, skill shadow, which is kind of sneaky, stealthy stuff, and 1 skill rank of your choice.
Ooh, who knows?
Right, Martin. What lessons did your youth give you?
The world taught me that hard work pays off.
Oh.
Which is vigor and a skill rank choice.
You're definitely a space dwarf.
Space dwarf.
You got vigor. Skill is tech.
Skill
and
is tech.
1 skill rank of your choice.
Awesome. I don't know what that will be yet. I'll just save that for now.
No worries. Round to Josh.
I'm just gonna hit the roll button. 11 again. So the world taught me forewarned is forearmed.
Forearmed.
Forearmed. That's my dyslexia.
It's okay. That's cool. Well, maybe that says something about the font.
No, Kira in the background said 4 worms.
4 candles is 4 worms. Yes, that's.
Well, ironically, I get an education skill. Education attribute, tactics skill, and I roll my choice. There we go.
Tactics is handy. Tactics is used for rolling initiative in combat.
Great.
As well as, I think you can use observe. I'm not sure. We'll get to that. If you write a load of rules, you
It's
forget
observe
half of them.
and tactics.
Yeah, observe or tactics. Yeah. Thanks, Ben.
Great.
Okay, and Ben, finally, what came of your youth?
The world taught me the old ways again, which is what I got last time.
Do you want to re-roll that?
No, because I think it fits the way I'm seeing this character panning out, to be honest.
Cool. There's a request for Martin being a jet-propelled space dwarf.
The old ways gets me the occult skill.
Yep. No, occult attribute, skill weird.
Skill weird.
And a skill rank of your choice.
A skill rank of my choice. I will take a point in observe there, I feel.
Ooh. Handy. Cool. Is that everyone on The World Taught Me? I think so. So, we're going to go on to the next step. Your profession is the 4th step on your legend and suggests what you have been doing until now. People call me. So, James.
I went first last time.
Oh, sorry, Martin. Oh. Aaron, did we cover off your World Taught Me then? Yeah, we did.
Oh, it is me then.
Yeah, I went first last time.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
I rolled a 10, so people call me a hunter.
Ooh. I thought you were going to get Space Cowboy. So you're a bounty hunting evil cyborg. Yeah, cool.
Nice.
Cool. So that's vigor, observe, and a basic ranged weapon choice.
I mean, my vigor is very good. It's now 5.
Wow, that is good.
What was the base skill is 3, is it?
2.
2. Ah, okay.
Yeah. Base stat is 2. Josh's character is really good. Right, okay. Round to Martin then. People call me...
I got a Dodeca, so people call me a veteran.
Oh. Cool.
Which is...
Space Dwarf.
Space Dwarf, yes. Space Dwarf, it appears to be.
An older Space Dwarf.
Right, training, skill... Is it...
Attribute training, skill, prowess.
Yeah. And
1 skill, skirmisher armor choice.
Ooh.
Which is handy. So you can get some of that padded mesh armor that they always wear.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right.
Okay. Round to Josh. What do people call you?
Just hit it. Waiting for it. A 10. So a hunter.
Same as me.
Yep.
Well, I roll it again. Yeah, we'll just double down on the rolls. I got a 7. A survivor. So vigor and ride, and I get a traveler kit. I'm getting a picture of this person now. I like this.
Okay, cool. Okay, and Ben.
I rolled a 3. People call me a believer.
Oh, we have our psychic.
Oh, hell yeah. That's my 3rd psyche boost.
Yep.
Nice.
Skill law and
Skill
one power
law.
of your choice.
Where's law? Oh, there it is.
Yep. Knowing stuff.
And 1 more power.
Mm-hmm.
Very well, if I must.
And Aaron.
So I originally rolled a 10, so I'm going to re-roll that,
Okay.
and I got a 2. So people call me a Delver.
Ooh.
So that is a training attribute, skill shadow, and an explorer kit.
Yep. It's interesting when you guys are reading from the latest PDF and I'm reading from the book, and there's updates. I've updated the PDF so it's right, and then you read something off and I'm like, oh no, that's wrong. Oh no, I'm wrong. You're right. Cool. Okay. An explorer's kit. So Delver is like a treasure hunter or that kind of thing. Maybe
Yeah, that's cool.
salvage.
That's cool.
Okay, cool. Right. So then we're going to go on to the final step, and this one is your cause. This is the 5th step on your legend and hints towards the thing that draws you onwards. Again, this will give you an attribute and a skill to increase and a skill rank of your choice, whichever one you roll. So let's roll a d12 and figure out what you seek. And I think we're going to start with Martin this time.
Yeah. I got a 9. So I seek a worthy opponent.
Oh, that's cool. You got a bit of training and prowess at the end there, didn't you?
Yeah.
That last couple of ones. That's cool.
So I get, what is that? A training, bit of prowess, and another skill rank of my choice. Is that right? Yeah.
Yes.
I've got 2 skill ranks.
Yeah. Okay. Well, don't worry. What we'll do is, what will be good is if we'll go around once we've rolled all of them, and everyone can go through their legend and what skill ranks they've added on, and then we can all start to talk about what kind of characters we think we've got, and then we can do some equipment and some powers. We'll go through all those steps, and we'll have a nice team built. Right, Josh, what do you seek?
I seek a better life.
Oh,
I have the makings of a grease ball here. It's all about coin. Yeah.
Corporate asshole. Okay. Oh, commissar. Where are we? So
a guile, and then skill craft, and 1 skill rank of my choice. That's great.
Okay, cool. Okay, Ben, what do you seek?
Brace yourself. I seek ultimate power.
Of course you do.
Which is actually what Ben seeks in real life, so it's appropriate.
Don't know how I'm going to manage to roleplay that.
Oh no! So you get a cult,
a point
in arcane, and 1 skill rank of your choice. So it doesn't actually get you another power.
No,
there are only 3 of them where you can get powers. Having 5 powers would just be kind of crazy.
That'd be a bit much. You'd be going around melting your own brain, never mind anybody else's.
Yeah, and you wouldn't have enough vitality to do anything, So that's cool. Right, let's move on. So Ben seeks ultimate power. That's cool. I did enjoy writing these actually. This I seek revenge with an exclamation point.
And I'm going to take insight as my other skill point.
Okay, I think you've got an old character sheet there.
I've got the one you sent. Is insight not a skill anymore?
Yeah, composure, insight, performance, psyche.
Oh yeah, sorry. No, there was another I. There was another I thing. Yeah, there you go. See, I'm doing it. Okay. Right, Aaron.
I got a 2. I
Ah!
seek revenge.
Revenge! But you got to do it with a clenched fist. Perfect.
So that's attribute training, skill tactics, and one
Ooh.
skill choice.
We've got a couple of combat bunnies
Looks like it, yeah.
going on. Okay, skill rank of your choice. Perfect. Right, James. What does your robot bastard seek?
8. A noble end.
Deactivate me.
I want to go to Silicon Heaven.
I like to think that I'm just some kind of jaded space murderer who just going around. I will keep murdering until someone finally murders me.
Okay, so that's a point of vigor, a point in composure.
That's nuts.
What's your
Okay.
vigor?
6.
Now, you can't actually have a 6, can you?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Steve, the most you can have in anything is a 5. And if you get to a 6 point, you put it in the other stat in the pairing. So it would go into
education.
Guile.
Oh, guile. Okay.
If Guile and Vigor are the physical attributes. Occult and Psyche are the supernatural attributes. And then training, education and training are the professional attributes.
Okie dokie. Composure benefits and a skill rank of my choice.
Obviously, I can't remove that because you may not have got those points earlier on. So it's one of those bits. Okay, cool. So, Martin.
Yes. I went first on this one, didn't I?
We've done everyone now, haven't we? So what we need to do now is we need to go around and we need everyone to read out their... Or should we do equipment and attributes first and then at the end do a big summary of the characters, or do we want to have a bit of a chat about what we think we're heading towards right now?
Well, if we have a talk about what our characters are, then we can know what equipment we want to suit that. I guess.
Sure.
I guess.
Okay, Martin, right. Run through your legend and give us a bit of a few thoughts on your character then.
So, I was born beneath the earth. I trust what I can see before me. The world taught me hard work pays off. People call me a veteran, and I seek a worthy opponent. It is feeling very dwarf. And it's also, I've got 5 in vigor and 4 in training, with a point in survival, craft, tech, and 2 in prowess, which is sort of a tinkerer, physical tinkerer with, I'll hit you with my wrench and break you open sort of thing, and or have like a battle axe of some degree. So I'm definitely thinking it's some sort of I'm not sure what beneath the earth would be for being in like a space station.
Oh, a Dex.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah.
Down near engineering.
Yeah.
You're a belter.
So
Yeah. You're not up there with the highfalutin noble ranks or anything like that.
Think of it as like a Necromunda hive kind of thing. You're in the underhive.
Yeah, it's like a big, physically built, burly engineer, capable in combat and capable of crafting. And I guess I've been here for a while, as I'm a veteran. And obviously I trust what I can see before me, and hard work pays off. So definitely, grit and stealing of the earth type thing. I've got 2 skill points, which I'm probably thinking I'm going to maybe up tech and craft. So I've got 2 in each of those, so I'm a bit rounded on training.
Okay.
And I've got to craft a kit as well, which obviously leans towards that as well. So yeah, sort of probably engineer who's sick and tired of the things above breaking everything. So I'm going to go to the cause of the problem, which is the things above that keep breaking everything.
Cool.
I've probably been doing it so long now that I just I want to find whoever's the actual problem and solve the problem, basically.
Cool. I like it. Who wants to go next? Who's got a good idea of what their character is?
If no one else will go, I think I've got a pretty clear one. So I was born in another time. I trust coin. The world taught me forewarned is forearmed. People call me a survivor. and I seek a better life. So in my head, somewhere on the decks of this ship, a cryogenic pod has just opened and out has fallen, and I'm imagining this person kind of like a Walt Disney style, was like a billionaire and like froze themselves to be like, I'll get to the end of time, you know, and has just awoken on this falling apart Space Hulk. So I my objects from another time, I think I would like a Glock, just a straight up boring gun that I've packed, you know, to go into space. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with like a
Disney in space.
Like a terrible businessman who's like, I got this new idea. It's
okay, cool.
It's like hats for rats, like, you know.
Are you gonna have bonitis?
I got my only regret was having bonitis.
Exactly that. Yeah,
brilliant.
Yeah.
I always think of also that Next Generation episode where they like thaw out these three people from the 20th century, and like one guy's like, "What's happened to all my shares?" And they're like, "Dude, we don't have money." And he's like, "What do you mean you don't have money? Where'd you get all this stuff from?" And they're like, "Yeah, whatever. We can't be bothered to explain it right now."
Communists.
yeah. Here's my Glock.
Excellent. Yes. Okay. So that, cool. I think that's my goal.
Okay. Right. I can imagine in the opening scene of our adventure then.
I'm going to get greased so fast.
Well, no. Power comes from our ancestors, Josh. Cool. Okay, so who wants to go next? Who's got a bit of a summary?
So I think I'll go. So my guy, I was born in blood and flame. I trust naught but steel. If the world taught me to live by my wits, people call me a delver, and I seek revenge. So I think my guy came from a small clan that were living maybe towards the skin of the Hulk, and the creatures came through, and we were basically in almost a generational running fight with them, trying to find a more secure place. And one by one, they picked off my family and my friends. And this guy is left. He's hardened. He's a fighter. And he finally, as a young man, makes it to a more civilized area of the Space Hulk. And some people recognize his skill set, and they're like, well, we need people who can go out and explore. And he gets attached to a team of these guys. And they go out and they find a great find. But these guys that he's hooked up with, they're pretty shady, and they didn't want to share. They didn't actually, so they cut him loose, and he goes falling through a ventilation shaft system deeper down into the Space Hulk, and they leave him for dead. But he got lucky. Maybe it was a trash compactor, maybe it was something else that he fell into, but he survived, and he's clawing his way back to hunt these guys down and put them in the ground, so to speak.
Yeah, like it.
He's got a guile of 3, vigor of 3, occult, psyche, and education of 2, and training of 5.
Ooh.
With 3 in observe, 1 in shadow, 2 in prowess, and 1 in tactics.
Nice. So good hand to hand, bit of good ranged, like survivalist. That's cool. Like it. Right, James, Ben, who's next?
I'll go next, I guess. Leave the big scary edgelord character to the end. So I was born of iron and steel. I trust my own 2 hands. The world taught me to prey on the weak. People call me a hunter, but I seek a noble end. So how I see this is the things attacking the Space Hulk, like Necrons in 40k style thing. These like created machine killer robots like Terminator or whatever. I'm one of them. I came to the Hulk to kill everybody. Wow. I am a hunter. I might have killed some of your friends and family. Who knows? But at some point, at some point, there was either like explosive decompression or some of the Hulk collapsed on me or whatever.
Little girl with a laptop made you loyal as a puppy.
Yeah, or somewhere along the line, my programming has changed, and I am now like T2. Like I might be one of the evil robot killing machines, but I now work for you guys, and I seek to kind of find a noble end. I've done so much death and destruction that now I
make
will,
up for it.
yeah, I will just kill until the things that made me what I am. And I've got lots of skills everywhere. So I've got 2 in observe, 1 in shadow, 1 in might, 1 in composure, 1 in craft, and 1 in prowess. So I'm kind of like literally a robot of all trades. But my guile is 3, my vigor is 5, and my occult is 3. So I'm obviously quite hardy, and I'm a like fighty robot, and I have a higher, not obviously psycho higher occult, but a higher occult because I know about the machines, having been one of them, like these kind of killer machines. So that's my idea.
Okay, cool. I like it. An interesting group already, Ben.
So the ancestors are this ideal to cleave to, this thing that everybody wants to be like. So people who are less like the ancestors would be shunned and outcast and pushed away from society. So I think my character is the product of this pariah colony who have been forced to the absolute outskirts of what's habitable. And they've primitivized over time. They've regressed, they've inbred horribly. Most of them suffer from overwhelmingly horrible mutations, infirmities, diseases, illness, and they're gradually dying out. And my character is the last child of this tribe. Nobody else has survived since his birth. And this kid looks, to all intents and purposes, like a very skinny, very dirty, normal human. But all of those mutations are internal. His brain is just wired differently. He sees things, hears things, and can do things with his brain that shouldn't be possible.
Cool.
And when a group of people have come in and cleansed out all of the pariahs, this kid has then tracked them back through the ship, trying to find out what's going on, where they're from, who these other people are, and why they have such fabulous powers, because he's wearing a loincloth and can kill you with his brain.
A nice image. Okay, so we've got a team of kind of misfits, leftovers, who have all kind of come together after discovering Walt Disney in a cryotube, or one of the ancestors in a cryotube, more to the point. And we all know that these ancestors had great, wondrous technology, amazing powers, and huge kind of capability to build the Hulk as it is. This huge, colossal starship. Well, people think it's a starship. They're still not sure. It might just be a giant planet. It might just be a.
I love the fact that we've got power comes from the ancestors, and we have an ancestor with us, but he's too old. He's they learned to do that after I was around.
I think he's from about 40,000 years ago, somewhere around that.
It's like, yes, I'm an ancestor, but
I'm your ancestor's ancestor.
My power is money.
I forgot to tell you my stats. Sorry.
Okay, go for it.
So I have guile, vigor, education, and training all at 2.
Oh God!
But I have a psyche of 5 and an occult of 4.
Wow.
I'm limited on the skills as well. I have observe, arcane, 2 dots in weird, insight, perform. That's it.
Okay. So your mental resilience is supreme.
Oh God, yeah, it's redundant.
So your defiance is going to be pretty good.
Watch me be defiant.
What we're going to do now is we're going to create the secondary attributes. So what are your defense attributes and your survival attributes? Just get my book out. Here we go. So your defense attributes, there's 3 of each of these. So your defense attributes are toughness, evasion, and defiance. And these are target numbers for effects or weapons or powers that affect you beyond your control. So like a hazard will have a strength. You'll make a skill test to reduce its strength. But if it still has strength left, it will roll against one of your defenses. Weapons have a strength. It rolls against your toughness. Things like that. So toughness is equal to 4 plus your vigor. So I think Aaron's probably got 9 plus toughness. And Ben's got a 6 plus toughness. Yeah, so there's a spectrum there. Evasion is equal to your guile plus your vigor plus your training.
Still only 6.
I think Aaron's probably got 11.
Yep.
Yep. Don't worry, the next one you won't be so hot on. I think I have bad guys with powers in this one, definitely. And then your defiance, which is your mental resilience. So a lot of powers affect your defiance. It's equal to your occult plus your psyche plus your education.
Oh,
education coming in clutch there.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
My
okay.
guy is basically he's like a psychic blank. He has 2 in psyche and no skills, and 2 in occult. It's nothing going on behind
Yeah. Read it, and they're like, "I'm reading his mind, but I can't really." Yeah.
There's just nothing there.
Aaron, what was your defiance in the end?
6.
6.
Oh yeah,
nice.
I'm a pushover.
Mentally.
Mentally, a pushover.
James, what were your defense stats?
My toughness 9, evasion 10, and defiance 7.
Pretty good. Martin?
Toughness 9, evasion 11, defiance 6.
Okay. Same as Aaron. And Ben, what was your whole set?
6 for toughness, 6 for evasion, and 11 for defiance.
Okay. And
Wow.
Josh, what were yours?
7 for toughness, 9 for evasion, and 8 for defiance.
Okay, something more
nice.
balanced. That's okay. Cool. Okay, so next we do your survival attributes. So these are wounds, vitality, and peril. So wounds is literally the blood in your body. If your wounds hit 0, you're dead. No death saves, nothing like that. You're just dead. And wounds is equal to double your vigor.
Yay!
I feel like we've got some healthy people.
10.
So James is a fighter. Ben is a magic user. You see the feel I'm going for. Vitality is equal to your vigor plus your psyche plus your training.
Cool 11.
Jefflon Muskerberg. Like it. And then peril.
Mix
You'll start
all the
with
worst people in the
0
world.
peril. Peril goes up and down as we adventure.
Start with 2 luck, don't we?
Start with 2 luck, yeah.
Yeah.
Every 4 points of peril that you receive, all the difficulties of your rolls is increased by 1. So at 4 points, you need to roll 2 successes for every test, at least. And then at 8 peril, you need to roll 3 successes. And a success is rolling your target number on one of your dice pools. Okay? Okay, excellent. So, should we go around and do a little wounds and vitality check-in? Martin, what are your wounds and vitality?
10 wounds, 11 vitality.
Sorry, how many wounds, sorry?
10 wounds,
10
11
wounds.
vitality.
Wow, James.
10, 9. 10 wounds, 9 vitality.
Okay. Aaron?
6 wounds, 10 vitality.
Okay. Josh?
6 wounds, 7 vitality. I'm trying to figure out who I'm going to stand behind.
Stand behind Martin.
Yeah.
Short though.
And Ben, how many wounds of vitality do you have?
I have 4 whole wounds,
Hey,
Glass
yeah.
cannon.
9 vitality.
9 vitality. Wow,
That's pretty good.
Oh, your psyche's in there, isn't it? That's
Yes.
handy. That might come in handy for powers, perhaps.
Could be.
Okay, cool. Right, so we've done your legend, we've done your secondary attributes, and we are ready to move on to trappings. So, first off, what we do is we roll how much currency you get. So everyone rolls 2d12 for currency, apart from Jefflon Muskerberg, who gets 4d12. There you go. Now, if anyone wants to give one of our players a reroll in chat, they can use it to reroll their cash.
That'd be nice.
Veronique, give Josh a reroll for his money.
I've already got 29.
Oh, 29. Wow, okay, that's cool. That's cool.
Save your
good.
growths.
I got 2 11s, so 22.
Oh, wow.
A Dodeca. Critical.
Yeah. James,
I got 19.
19. Martin.
21.
Oh, nice. Ben.
18.
Okay, cool. Some good rolls. Excellent. Right. Okay, so your legend so far should have given you a couple of items, and we can. What would be quite cool is if we've got weapons or people want to buy weapons or armor, we'll particularly focus on those because that's where the personalization comes in. The rest, there are 5 types of trappings. There's armor, consumables, so things like healing potions, poison, acid, that kind of stuff. You use them, they're gone. Equipment, things like backpacks, 10-foot poles, all that stuff. There are kits. Now, a kit, you will have got a kit, some of you. A kit is a special bundle of equipment, so it includes a certain number of equipment, but as that bundle together and with all your extra bits and bobs and notes, and this is my favorite spanner, and this is, that kit is special. It gives you an extra die on your dice pool when you roll the skill that it's associated with. So an engineer's kit, for example, gives you an extra die when you roll tech. Doesn't change your target number, but it means instead of rolling your normal training number of dice, you'd roll training +1. So kit adds dice. So that's how that works. So do we have anyone with armor? Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to have to go briefly, unfortunately. My son is giving a bit of trouble. Do we want to take a break, or do we want to you guys carry on and do equipment while I'm gone?
Link is running. We can do equipment.
Whatever suits.
Okay, cool. Right. In which case, I will be back soon. Apologies, everybody in Twitch land, and see you shortly.
Right. So, armor, I guess.
Yeah, so
2 people rolled armor, didn't they?
yep, I
Did.
got armor.
Yeah. My biggest problem is I need a question to be asked to the writer of this, because I need to know if I can sell stuff and then so basically I got 1 weapon that I can have any weapon of. I want to know if I could buy a ranged weapon with that and sell it, and then buy a melee weapon and bank the extra money so I can spend it on something else.
I think that's against the spirit of the rule.
Let's
So
say
I think
mine's the
this
last.
because it's starting kit. So if you want a melee weapon, buy a melee weapon. I don't think you can start with a weapon, ditch the weapon, replace it with an alternate weapon, because cheeky.
Probably if you want to do it in game, start with the ranged weapon and
Yeah.
pistol whip people for as long as you can.
It is interesting though when they say 1 basic weapon choice. Okay, not. I was thinking like 1 weapon choice. Like, no, it's basic. I was like, can you just pick a random fancy one? But no.
No, it's one of the 3 standard ones, I believe.
Okay.
I mean, it's definitely worth your while to start with a ranged weapon if you start with a weapon at all, both for its versatility and for its value.
Yeah, but I could just start with a ranged weapon and just buy a melee weapon with my currency, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we've all done quite well on currency. I'm going to be buying some armor and a weapon.
Yeah, nothing wrong with having extra, just spending 10. I could do that in game, couldn't I, then, actually, and then just sell my stuff to get other...
Veronique is very keen on you having a rocket pack for some reason.
I don't think there's a buff for my armor to have a rocket pack, otherwise I would. Let's have a quick see. So I start with Skirmisher Armor. And I can get Camouflage, Cover, Effortless, Impressive, Offensive, and Pockets. I think I'm going to take Offensive because that increases... it has like spikes and stuff on it. Or something...
I've bought some armor with my cash, which I've decided is going to be made out of like bones. So I've gone for cover because bones are quite hard, but also a weakness against piercing.
Yeah.
So like arrows and bullets will just go right through it because it's bones tied together with string.
Cover's really good because it allows you to just take cover even like the literal open. So
yeah.
I get a free melee and a free ranged weapon, but I'm 1 gold away from buying combat armor. I've got 19 and I need 20.
I'll give you a gold.
A gold. Can I borrow one of your gold dollars?
It's not gold, it's currency units.
You can have
it could be like tins of anchovies.
You can have a tin of anchovies.
Awesome. So then,
Aaron, what did you get for your armor?
Well, I got 2 suits of skirmish armor. So he said I could buy off a flaw or add a feature. So I think I'm going to buy off the flaw. So it does not have any flaws. And I think I'm going to take
feature.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take cover as a feature because that seems like a good thing to have.
Yeah.
And I got an explorer's kit, which helps on my observe, or gives me a extra die when I'm using observation. And then I'm going to have to buy a weapon. I cannot afford a ranged weapon, which would be my preferred weapon, but I will buy a melee weapon. And I don't know what flaw and quality I'm going to pick on that yet.
I got a meditation kit, which gets me +1 composure, focus item, small container.
Well, I get a ranged weapon, so if you want me to get you a ranged weapon, I can do it that way.
Yeah, I mean, if I could give you my 20 gold and owe you 10, or 20 currency, that is.
Tins of anchovies.
Tins of anchovies, because
we'll need to decide what we're trading in.
I think if we're looking at a sort of fallen society, then currency is going to be barter based for the most part, but it may well be also based on relics of the ancients. So
I got you an original drawing of a racist mouse. The guy that made it.
Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
Be amazing.
I am looking at armor. You pick the flaw and you pick the feature, right?
Yes.
If you've got skirmish armor, you pick 1 flaw and 1 advantage.
This game was made. This is so much fun. I've gone with the flaw gaudy.
Of course.
Skirmish armor.
Naturally.
And somehow, yet at the same time, impressive.
It's impressively gaudy.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with being impressive.
It's like a Lamborghini. It's like, oh, it's nice, but I wouldn't,
Yeah. Have you got a full sequin suit? Like game show host style.
I mean, the sequins are made out of diamonds.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just covered in money. It's money knitted together, covered in diamonds.
I did know someone that wanted to do that at LARP once. They wanted to make an entire suit of plate armor out of gold.
Wow.
Gold coins, and they were literally going to get all the gold coins and just stitch them onto a suit of armor. It would have been amazing. They would have been murdered in minutes.
Great.
Now I've got, with my meditation pack, a weatherproof garment. But I no longer trust Pete because I bet you it's not acid proof.
But what's the weather like on a space station? That's the main question.
It doesn't say.
I have a portable shelter in my traveler kit.
Nice pop-up tent.
Yeah,
Perfect for festivals.
Yeah. It's rain resistant, not waterproof.
I have a technical kit and no ability to use it. So,
Looks like I'm going without a weapon, which will be fun, but is also okay.
You have powers.
Trauma pack too. Oh, I might get one of those.
I'm now at the stage where I'm just looking at the equipment for funny things to have. Okay.
There's rations and a small light.
Yeah, and do you want to do that? You're going to give me 20 gold, and I'll give you that my ranged weapon. So you just make yourself a ranged weapon.
You got it.
There you go. Now you're thinking. Takes me down to
spend the
0
last of
currency, which
my
is good.
currency on a musical instrument. What's a really obnoxious bit? Will I bring a harmonica?
Because
Cuba.
a gold plate.
You went into your
There's
cryo.
no way they were freezing me without my tuba. I ain't going nowhere without my tuba. I had to pry the oboe out of my cold frozen head.
Tempted to buy a melee weapon that's 40 gold, 40 currency. Double to double, so as get two
There you go.
features.
Merely suggest you have a ukulele.
Amazing.
Some strong sort of Mr. B, the gentleman rhymer vibe going on there then.
I'm not sure on the musical instrument just yet, but it's absolutely a...
I've got myself a hefty, dense melee weapon, so I'm just a massive piece of metal. Beat someone up with it.
Just a big old piece of rebar.
Yeah, nothing fancy. I'm just a murder robot that hits stuff with a bit of metal. Just pull bits
Just
off
a
the
murder
wall.
robot
It's the leg of
standing in
another
front of
murder
a
robot.
victim, holding a rebar.
The place is falling apart. My idea is that if you use the ship to hit people with, it's always there. You don't need to rely on.
I took a heavy flechette pistol, and I took capacity as the quality to offset the ammo flaw a little bit to reduce the chance of it turning into a small club.
Yeah.
Hello.
Smart money.
I'm back.
Hello.
From outer
Just a quick one
space.
tonight. Yeah. Where were we? How are we doing?
I think we're pretty much sorted on armor. We're mostly done on weapons.
Oh, what armor?
So-
Who's got armor?
I bought some armor.
I got armor.
Martin and Aaron started with armor. I think Josh and James also purchased some armor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what armor has everyone got then? What have we gone for with our features and flaws? Ben?
My armor is made out of bones. The bones of previous generations of shamans from my tribe of pariahs. So it acts as cover
Okay, yeah,
because
cool.
it's made of bones.
Yeah.
But its weakness is against piercing attacks
okay,
because you
between-
can shoot through the gaps
Through
between the bones.
So what has it got, like kind of curving bones?
It's
coming
nowhere near
around?
as big as all that. It's more
No,
like the
okay.
sort of the vests with the string and the bones holding it all
Rufio.
together.
Okay. Oh, like
There were
Rufio.
so many
Gotcha.
choices for the weakness of the armor that I didn't know which one to go for. because it works as gaudy, it works as clumsy, it works as shoddy, it works as weakness.
Yeah, I mean,
it's really rubbish.
I think gaudy sounds quite appropriate as well, doesn't it? Because it's like over the top and ugly, like compared to.
But then you've got Josh's gaudy armor.
Oh, okay, right. Well, okay, I'll hold off then. I'll hold off. Okay, so we've gone for cover.
Yeah.
And
weakness against piercing.
Okay.
I couldn't
piercing
afford a
weapons
weapon.
would like be extra piercing against you.
It just means that it counts as though I'm not wearing armor.
Oh, is it skirmish armor?
It's only skirmish armor, yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, well that's all right then, because
so it's not like massive plates of
nullified
thick
that.
armored bone. It's more like
Sure.
a bunch of rib bones tied together with string.
Yes, but the kind of cover aspect is almost like you've got a few protrusions from it that allow. It's either like a shield or like something shell-like or protruding that.
Oh, I see. Well,
just
maybe
your
I
body
better take
armor.
cover
It's like
off then.
because you can arrows
Hide
coming in at
behind
you
it.
allowed you to sort of take cover with your armor without there
No,
being
maybe I
cover
should. Yeah,
in
I should probably take that off then, because that's not really appropriate. Pockets doesn't work.
effortless. I mean, it sounds like it's fairly simple armor,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
So it's just
It's-
you
it's
just
a-
kind of like, it's like a big, like even in Hook, where the boys walk through the webs. They walk through the stuff with the armor on. Do you remember that bit where they all armor up
Mhm.
and they walk through like stuff and it just like clings onto them and they like wrap it on really quickly?
Yeah, that's true. Veronique makes a good point. It's also a bit big for me because it's the armor of the shaman.
Okay, cool. Oh yeah, so maybe it's like, and you can hide in it, like if you were,
So no,
you
we'll
could
go
have
for
that as cover.
effortless.
You could
So
be like
effortless, but it counts as though you're not wearing armor if someone's
No,
shooting arrows or bullets at you.
I'll let you take cover if the armor's too big for you. Because then you
Okay.
almost like you occasionally you go. And they're like, yeah, that's cool. I like that. That's cool. Right, Josh, I'm looking forward to this gaudy armor. What have you got?
Yeah, so I have the first thing I have is I have my Glock from the Golden Years. Her name is Maria, and she's.
Tell me what your character's called.
My character is Jeff Muskerberg.
Yes.
So Jeff is wearing skirmish armor. It is both impressive and gaudy, and like a really tasteless sports car. It has like transparent areas where you can like see that Jeff is wearing nothing underneath it, and then like hardened plastic overlays and lights that do nothing. And I can engage emergency mode, and it'll throw like a this is a scene of an accident.
Yeah.
And I've bought some absolutely useless other things, I think, but I want to spend all of my intro cash. So I already had a traveler kit. I've bought a data device. I would, if possible, a BlackBerry. That would be
Sure.
great.
Yep. Perfect.
A musical instrument, and I'm torn between harmonica or ukulele.
Ukulele.
Yeah, that was Millie's suggestion, and I think
That's a good one.
yeah. And then I had I think I had 6 left over, so I bought 6 10-foot poles. I know, but we have them, guys.
And in a futuristic version, I imagine they're kind of extendable things.
Extendo poles, yeah.
Yeah, extender poles. They're not like, in post-apocalyptic world, I imagine it's like a really long aerial that's been torn off of a truck. It might be a point. It could be a pointer for your boardroom.
Yeah, I need 6 of them because I keep putting them down. Yeah.
It's 10 feet long. What boardrooms have you been in?
Not a 10-foot one, yeah, obviously. But he's crazy rich person. He may have had he wants to
It's
stand
true.
up at one end of the room and point at the board at the other
Pete,
end.
would you
of the room.
take over the presentation, please? And Pete's like, yep, hang on.
Yeah. It's got a button. There's
As
no...
you can see on the PowerPoint.
Okay, cool, excellent. That sounds fun. I can't wait till they unpack you from the ice and all
there's
this.
still a laser at the end.
It just does a little point about that long, like that far away, and then you go click and a laser pointer. Okay, Cool. Aaron, what have you got so far?
So I had the 2 sets of skirmish armor, so combined those as suggested and bought off the flaw, and I took cover. So I imagine when they were out on the edge, they had access to these carapace suits, like security armor.
Yep.
And he managed to scavenge this one as he was fleeing, and that's what he wears. So it's kind of that something similar, like it looks almost a little piecemeal Boba Fettish Mandalorian style carapace armor that provides him some cover because it's a little tougher than what people are scrapping together these days. So it's from the past. He's got his explorer's kit that he's carried his entire time as he was running through the Hulk, and he has a heavy flechette pistol. So
how do we make that?
I took capacity to offset the ammo cost.
Okay.
So the flechette part is just flavor.
Yeah, sure. So that brings your ammo. So your ammo roll from a 10 plus down to an 8 plus.
8, correct.
Cool. Okay, so it's got like an extended magazine or something, or like a big,
it's
drum.
I'm envisioning.
Themselves are smaller.
Yeah, I'm envisioning like a coiled drum under the barrel.
I like that. Yeah. That's cool.
And they're more like micro
Russian,
darts,
the PPSH, the little, like that kind of thing. Yeah. Cool. Okay, I know some guns. I'm not a military guy, but I know a few guns. I played Call of Duty, the World War II one. Right, James, how are you doing for gear? Aaron, was that all your gear?
Yep, that's it.
Okay.
So I have a technical kit, which I have no tech skill, but I've got it.
You can sell it if you want.
I might do, but I did get a free melee and a free ranged weapon, and I bought myself some armor. So my melee weapon, I've gone for hefty and dense. So it's just a big chunk of the ship that I hit people with. Because I'll never be disarmed, because wherever I am I can rip another chunk off and smack someone with it.
I like it. Like you literally just go and then whack people. Cool.
But I also have a laser pistol, like a ranged, so it's energy and ammo for my ranged.
Okay.
So which will be what the kill bots use, like they use like these laser zap guns. But I'm kind of hesitant to use it. I don't want to. That's the weapon of the oppressors, if you know what I mean.
Sure. Maybe just for dire need.
Yeah. And I have combat armor.
Ooh.
I've got offensive combat armor. So
it's offensive. It's got harsh language sprayed all over it.
So I'm imagining basically because I'm like a metal exoskeleton, it's pretty hard, and if I hit, so
it's kind of jagged and stuff, maybe. Yeah. So when you're in there and you're like elbowing and punching and fighting, so offensive armor adds 1 to your weapon's strength in melee.
Yeah. So
in melee
my
combat,
idea is that like my robot is not all curve and smooth chrome. It's like just jagged, sharp corners and like very bolted, like Meccano rather than like beautiful chrome.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Like it. And fighting a robot, if you're a biological creature and you fight a robot in hand-to-hand combat, you'd be screwed because you would just get hurt. I watch the later Transformers films and I see them punching the robots and I think, no. Like, especially these kind of spiky chicken ones. I can't remember, they were like, and then they're like fighting them and I'm like, no, your fingers would all be off. Cool. Anything else, James?
No, that's it. Yeah, that's the things I have.
I love your reformed oppressor kind of, trying to make up for it. That's really cool. Martin.
Yeah, so...
have you got a big beard?
Yeah, I have a big beard. The beard is my armor. So I've got a melee weapon, which I've bought and double priced, so I've got an extra feature. That's right.
Yep.
And I think to me it's sort of like the largest sort of wrench I could find and welded like a ship-size steel nail to the top of it, which would be a powerful, piercing, large melee weapon.
Nice. I like
it. And I've bought combat armor, which is offensive combat armor.
Same as me.
Yes. But I feel like mine's going to be more sort of the welded remnants of sort of like steel platings and things that should be going up to sort of fix holes in the ship and things like that. Whatever's the offcuts that are left from that put together. And I have a spur skirmish armor, which I don't know what to do with.
Oh, well, you could trade that, give that to someone to upgrade their armor, if their skirmish armor, if you wanted.
Yeah, somebody got skirmish armor that needs upgrading.
I'm happy with
Ben,
it.
I wouldn't mind.
Or removal. Or you could add a feature or remove a flaw by converting that skirmish armor choice into it.
Who would like it?
So I would quite
Yeah.
like it if it's going.
Take
Yeah, go on.
pockets. Get
Take
pockets.
it.
Splendid. I might get rid of that weakness to piercing then.
Well, now you say that, but your piercing. Where are we? Piercing reduces target's armor toughness by 1, and weakness means that it provides 1 as toughness versus a particular weapon trait. Now your armor only has 1 toughness, so there's actually a little
So there'd be no point in
skirmish armor
taking-
loophole.
It's weak, and it's double weak. It doesn't matter.
Already weak.
It's already weak. We can't have a -1 protection because that's just your naked body underneath.
It's just really pointy on the
Yeah,
inside. It's
nobody
like,
wants
ow!
Does you a point of damage even when they
Yeah.
someone hugs you. No, get off!
Right. So at the minute it's got cover
Mm-hmm.
and a weakness against piercing.
Yeah.
So what could I do? with
Camouflage. No.
that? It's made up bones and we're in a spaceship, so
Maybe
probably
it's
not that.
impressive.
It could well be. Impressive works.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Well, you could have
impressive.
pockets. It could you could hang things on finger bones that are like coming off the sides of it.
But that's for hiding things.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So all right, I'll make it impressive as well.
Yeah, which means you get where are we? Gain a die when attempting to inspire or intimidate targets that can see you.
So it's scrimshored with like weird glyphs and symbols on every
Yeah.
single square inch of every bone.
Absolutely. What you don't realise is they're actually like business lingo from the 20th century, and only Josh's character can recognise.
Yeah, it's full of
what they
corporate
actually are.
logos.
Yeah.
It's corporate logos and
yeah,
business card designs.
absolutely. Yeah.
Check it out. Bone white, embossed.
Cool. Okay. So we've done some trappings. Does anyone
We
else
have.
need to get anything else?
Oh, I
Do they all
forgot
need
to
to
say, I
spend
have a
some money.
trauma pack, a meditation kit,
Okay.
a small light, and some rations. But I've capitalized the rat in rations.
Nice.
Oh
I like
yeah,
it.
do we have lights between us?
Ooh.
I have a light.
And I have a light.
Yeah.
Lights are important in Dodeca because otherwise Pete hits you with peril.
I've got small light and a sensory device.
Can I sell my technical? If I sell my technical kit, do I get 64 or do I get 32? Do you get like half cost when you sell it, or?
Go for 64. Why not?
All right,
It's fun.
Then I would like to get the
Battle armor.
No. What's the one with? I'll just buy lots of lights. Lights.
Yeah,
Buy
I might
lots of lights.
I might trade in my my 10-foot poles.
Yes, I did. I just bought a small light. I think I actually am though going to sell my explorer's kit because I need
Okay.
to buy a melee weapon
Okay.
because that's kind of my wheelhouse anyway. So
And if you have enough money, you can upgrade that melee weapon, couldn't you?
yeah, that's one thing because the explorer's kit's
Yeah.
worth 46,
Ooh. Hello.
so that could be might upgrade my armor.
But your
and
Explorer kit, you see, the thing about your Explorer kit is that gives you an extra die when you use Observe. if
I
you
know
use the
that's what I
kit.
was thinking about. Yeah.
So if you're like checking a place out and you've got your kit and you're like delving down, then you get a
Mhm.
bonus to your Observe. If you just buy all the stuff that's in an Explorer kit, you don't get the bonus because it's not your personalized gear.
Right.
Hasn't got you. Oh, I know that always when I click the thing 2 to the left, that's the right thing for my telescope. All that kind of stuff. The things you get used
All
to.
right. I'll go ahead and keep it, and I'll just have to pick up a melee weapon off of some corpse as we go along.
I'm sure that.
I got the wrong crowd here, Pete, because they didn't get it. But one of the things in the meditation kit is a weatherproof garment, and I was wondering if that was acid resistant
or angles.
Acid rain resistant. There. Oh dear, that was awesome. That was awesome. The Alien finale was cool.
I have some bad news for the team. We now only have 5 10-foot poles.
Oh!
So
I'm probably not strong enough to lift one.
That's one each. I don't lose it.
Okay. Well, if James sells his kit, then surely he could loan someone 10 currency to buy a melee weapon, couldn't?
Well, in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell my combat armor for the 20 that I paid for it, and I'm going to buy battle armor instead with my 59. So that means I've got 9 spare. So I've got 29 spare. So I can give you the one you paid me back. So I've got 29 gold that I don't need anything for. So if anyone wants melee weapons, they are more than welcome to that.
Well, thank you.
I could use a melee weapon if you've got enough to spare, but I would go for Aaron first because a melee weapon is less useful than me hitting someone with my brain.
So basically, you could get one very good melee weapon for 20s. You could get a doubled up one, but then I'm one short of getting a third one, and one short of getting a second one. Or you can get.
I mean, we could always, Ben and I could each just get a normal melee weapon.
2 basic ones, yeah, and then I'd have 9 spare.
Pete, can I take one without a feature for 9?
I have 1 gold I can give you.
There we go.
There you go.
Problem solved.
My last gold. There you go. Take my last gold.
There you go. So,
and I apologise, Martin. I was wrong when I said earlier that you wouldn't be allowed to sell stuff.
Oh,
yeah. I'm not precious.
All right, then. So I will take.
They're all going to die
Aaron
anyway.
Can have a super melee weapon, and I'll have a shonky melee weapon.
There you go.
No, just the cheesy thing is just when I get to choose any weapon, I can just buy a ranged weapon, sell the ranged weapon, buy a melee weapon.
So,
which I didn't do. I gave the ranged weapon to Aaron.
Right. Okay. Cool.
I'll have camouflage as
Has
well.
anyone taken any consumables, or got any in your kits?
Have some in my kit. Oh no, I tell a lie.
No, in my kit appears to mostly be containers.
You got a focus item there, haven't you, in your meditation kit?
I have.
That gives you a bonus die when you're doing your powers.
I have a sensory device which I've set to hearing.
Okay, cool.
To me, it's like something, because obviously I'm in the engineering thing all day. My actual normal hearing's been destroyed, and I've replaced it with some sort of like mechanical hearing instead.
Oh, cool. That's cool. I like that. So you've got like a sonic receiver implant. Yeah. Okay.
And I've got in my Explorer's kit, I've got a compass, a large light, and a sensory device. So I actually think that's all built into his composite armor's helmet. Nice. So it's a HUD awesome. Display that enhances his vision, and the lights come on. And
yep, perfect. That's cool. Is that helmet's part of the old armor that you found?
Yeah.
And that's enabled you to become like this. It's giving you that edge over a few other people,
right.
Like when you're doing your delving.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. Like it.
All right. So for my melee weapon, I'm gonna go for like some swift, weak hand axe kind of thing.
Okay.
Cool.
A bone tomahawk.
Yeah, probably not bone. We don't want to overdo it, but yeah, sort of a tomahawk style thing.
I'm joking.
Wait, you say that, but my focus item is a skull at the minute, so
that's cool.
Just imagining like Papa Shango or like that guy from Raiders of the Lost Ark, kind of like tribal skulls everywhere. Is it Lost Ark or is it Temple of Doom in it, Kalimar?
Temple of Doom.
Yeah.
We don't talk about Temple of Doom.
So I now have offensive, camouflaged, clumsy battle armor.
Cool. So you're kind of like camouflaging in with the metal of the Space Hulk, maybe.
Yeah, if I just stand still, I look like a pile of
So
trash.
if you were so you with camouflage, you have to pick a kind of type of terrain, So we can say
Bulkheads.
Ship interior is fine, but if you go into an area that's like somehow got plants growing in it, or that kind of thing, you won't get that bonus.
Yeah. If it's just like bare metal corridors, I'm all right.
Bare metal corridors, you're like a moving section of wall, and people are like, what the hell? What? And then you turn around with your red eye. Hi, I'm Jack. I'm a reformed killer robot.
And then hit them with a chunk of the ship.
Hit them with a shovel and then fall over yourself. No,
I really love the chunk of the ship idea. It's like, no, I'm not actually carrying a weapon. I will just rip a bit off.
That is really
hit
cool.
you with that.
I really like that.
And then drop it.
Yeah.
Next fight, I'll rip a bit off a different one.
It's all falling apart. It doesn't make a difference.
Okay.
So for my melee weapon, I took powerful energy weapon. So I'm thinking probably like a large a vibro blade or like a vibro cleaver. But it's dense because to power it, the composites of it make it a pretty heavy, bulky item.
Yeah, so it's bulk. Okay. So dense item increases bulk value by 1.
Oh,
so
yeah, that's what I was gonna
powerful
ask.
and energy. So that's like +3 to its strength. So
Yep.
it's got a strength of 10.
Yep.
And what's your? Did you get offensive armor, or did you get? You didn't, did you? You took cover, didn't you?
I took cover.
Yeah, that's
But
good.
my training is 5 and my prowess is 2. So
Wow.
If I get
5
into
dice,
melee,
9
I should
plus.
be okay.
Yeah, with a strength 10 weapon. Yeah, ray of dooming every turn. That's cool. Okay, cool. I like it.
6.
I'm writing down close combat in my notes. So far I've got Space Hulk, Robot Invaders, Interdimensional Creatures, Close Combat, and Shamanic Weirdos. And then finally, Ancestor Vault. There we go. Cool. Okay. What else have we got going on? Who else has got some equipment they haven't divulged? Okay, I think we're all good. Okay, right, then the last thing we have to do is one of us is a powerful psyker.
I've already picked them to save you a little bit of time.
That's fine. Have you? Do the audience already know your powers?
No, they don't. No.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, apologies to audience if I come back and we regurgitated some of the stuff, but I think it's also good just like for the players to go over their bits and sort of understand how it all works. Cool, right.
But
so what powers?
I didn't want to do, I didn't want to use Ray of Doom because Martin made abundant use of it in the last game very effectively.
Yeah,
I
very.
might add.
I like
So I
the
wanted to try
descriptions
something
as well.
a little bit different. So I went for the psychic classic of Spectral Grasp,
Ooh,
That's
right,
nice.
like it.
throwing things around with your mind.
Yep.
And for my second power, or actually for my first power, I bought Dark Fissures.
Oh, that's good.
Rip open a hole in space-time and horrible gribblies attack you through
Well, the thing is, Ben, now remember, besides the dark we fear, those from beyond, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah, and you're going to summon them.
I'm not going to summon them. Just going to rip open a hole in space-time. If they come through it,
Yeah. Then hey, that's maybe
they'll be
what's,
coming
that's
through
what
it
those.
in someone else's face, not mine.
Let me ask you this, guys. If you leave your business open and someone comes in and steals your pen, did you summon them? It wasn't a summoning.
Awesome.
I don't know. I think we all just figured out that we're actually Ben's henchman and that he's the villain in the story.
Yeah, I don't think James's evil robot is reformed. I think it's just an evil robot working for Ben's character.
Yep, that's true. Yeah, Ben's just manipulated me to think that I'm reformed, but I'm not. Just carrying out vicious murder.
Okay, so Dark Fissures is a fun one where over an area you can summon like these gaps, and the drawing is like tentacles coming through a crack in the ground kind of thing. And it sort of damages. It's a low damage, but across many people in an area. And then Spectral Grasp is you can move, pick up, and operate items at a range of up to 2 zones away. Roll Composure or Weird. So Weird is your good
Yeah,
one,
weird is my casting.
Yeah. So and Dark Fishes is also weird. So all of the powers use different skills for their casting effect.
That was the other reason I went for them, because they were both weird.
Yeah. And they cost vitality to use. Powers never fail. They always work. You'll often make a roll to juice them up, and they will cost some vitality. And in a combat, they will take a certain count around the initiative clock for them to happen.
See, Captain Carrion's thinking the right way. Spectral Grasp someone into the rift.
Open one, throw the other. That's
totally applicable logic.
Well, we'll have to come up with a custom action, which is a Spectral Grasp and a Dark Fissures all in one go, which is probably going to be... What's that? Spectral Grasp is action 2, Dark Fissures is action 3, so probably a 5, but it might cost you 4 vitality to do that kind of. I want the system eventually to be slightly adaptable like that, so you can kind of combine.
And you have to shout, "Look, they're kissing," while you mash them together.
Well, there are already some optional actions in the combat section around combining 2 things together to get a different effect. Cool. Okay, right. So we've got an interesting team of characters, and I think we should just go around and do a little quick summary. Not the whole legend again. Whatever you want to say about your character, the thing that's kind of coming out to you from that, and we'll start with Josh. He's like going.
Yeah, so I have a fairly keen idea of who this is now. It's Jefflon Muskerberg, and he is the self-proclaimed merger king. He merged Burger King and McDonald's to make the worst burger available at the most competitive price. He's just an out-and-out awful.
I just had a thought. McDonald's and Burger King will be Don Kings. Is it like a burger? It's like a boxing themed restaurant now.
Exactly. So he's a survivor, but not in that he's a very astute guy. He just wants to outlive everyone and thinks, I have a ridiculous kit, but I think it's the kind of kit that an eccentric billionaire would pack.
Absolutely.
He full blown was frozen with just bags of martini mix around him and that kind of stuff.
Is that your rations?
Yes, it's mainly olives.
I will allow you to have rations of martini mix and olives. And basically, you paid for cryogenic stasis, and therefore were sealed away. And a series of events over thousands, maybe 40 of them, thousands of years, meant that you ended up kind of in one of these small holes in the middle of this gigantic space hulk that's floating at the center of the universe as life sees it, because everyone is fleeing to this massive, huge megalithic structure to get away from the horrors from beyond and the evil robots. Cool. Okay. Right. So let's have Aaron.
So Harrison Jacks was born in a small group of travelers near the skin of the Hulk. And as I said earlier, due to an incursion either by the robots or these otherworldly creatures, he doesn't know what. He was so young at the time. His family group started fleeing deeper into the Hulk, and they were pursued literally for years. He grew up on the run, always hungry, always afraid, which is why he never had an opportunity to really learn too much. That's why his education is so low and why he's so mentally fragile, you might say. But he grew up strong. and he grew up very observant. And as his family died off one at a time, he inherited the last suit of this carapace scout armor, which he has donned. He finally did find his way to civilization as a young man and was betrayed by the first people he befriended, left to die deeper in the Hulk. And his mission is to eventually find those two individuals who betrayed him and put them in the ground. And he's surrounded himself with an interesting group of people who he hopes is going to help get him there.
Yeah, so I'm feeling that you probably know James and Martin's characters a bit better than Ben's character, and no one really knows Jefflon Muskeberg yet. That's to come. That's going to be part of the story. But you know James and Martin's characters a bit better because they are also kind of combat capable, looking for they've got something they're after. So you've kind of gathered together this kind of group of like-minded people. You've recruited some people to help you with your revenge. You've got quite a powerful goal in your I Seek, so I feel that's probably motivating a lot of what the group are doing. James, tell us about your killer robot.
So I am extermination droid. So Ed 210 instead of one better. And
Great.
yeah, I am basically a rogue unit that is just trying to roam the Hulk with no real personal aim. So I don't have a particular goal. Like my noble end is basically just I want to die. I've done enough killing that I will just throw myself, because I can go walk into space and still fight them on the hull, and I'll delve into the depths, and yeah, I'm just roaming around destroying everything, any sign of these kind of robots or gribblies or anything like that. And so I will just almost like nomadically join up if I see bands of survivors and help them out if they're facing against adversity. And then they'll be like, oh, thank you. And then I'll just wander off, like rip another piece of the ship off and go kill something else over there. Like I don't see myself sticking around where humanity's safe very often, or like staying in one place. I'm just going to kind of wander, and they'll be like, I imagine these kind of whispered stories and lore and like legends about this strange robot that didn't kill us and helped us, and like no one really knows what's going on. But
the littlest hobo if it was a Necron.
Yeah, the littlest Necron. Basically that, yeah.
Are you completely robot or are you a cyborg?
I'm a robot.
You're a robot. Okay,
yeah.
Completely robot. Okay, cool.
Completely robot.
Okay.
Like the Terminator, built to look like synthetically like pleasing as a human, but probably most of my like plasma skin or whatever is melted off, and I'm just like
cool.
Jagged edges. Yeah, I'd like to think that someone somewhere or something that changed my programming is about, but I don't know what it is or where it is. Or...
It might be the next person that we're talking to.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm Grimjaw Shipwright, and I've been fixing.
Can I just say these names are fucking awesome? Grimjaw
Shipwright.
Shipwright.
I've been fixing this place for decades, down here in the bellows of engineering, to the point where perhaps a wandering robot came into my engineering place, and in response to having to deal with this killbot, I've welded a huge spike on top of a wrench and slammed it into your head. But you were still functioning, so I decided to have a tinker around in there and put you on a path more for the betterment of humanity. And I imagine that I've been recruited into this because I know the ship's belly better than anybody else, and I can fix any problem that we come across. And the people have seen me around here. I've seen kids and the kids before them, so the people know me and trust me to some degree at least.
Cool. Okay. Excellent. And last but very much not least, our resident psycho shamanic weirdo.
Kurush, last of his name.
Kurush.
Yeah.
Nice.
A practically Stone Age person in terms of technology and understanding, but a deep and abiding understanding of the fact that these things are magic and therefore work. So anytime he interacts with technology, he interacts with it as though it's magic, but can still sometimes make it work because the spells he casts, the rotes he uses, are the programming tips and tricks that have been passed down through rote learning from one shaman to the next over many, many hundreds of years. He's got nothing left behind him. His people are dead, wiped out by others who came down from above to end them. And so he's out and he's searching. And I like to think that he came upon this cavernous chamber with a glass coffin in which sleeps a stranger.
Well, I thought we could role play that kind of initial encounter, just as like a little scene.
Yeah, and that's as far as he's got so far.
Cool.
But we're thinking
excellent.
like spiky, stuck-up hair with engine grease and like war paint over both eyes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. The engine
Skinny,
grease is
scrawny
great,
little thing.
but not to be messed with.
But not to be messed with because he's feral.
And has tapped into that realm from which the enemy are coming to assail constantly.
Yeah, and if you can open a gate, potentially there's a future there in closing the gate.
Mm-hmm.
So the ultimate power that he seeks is the ability to shut out the dark forces.
Oh, I like
and
it.
banish them from this world.
Maybe sometimes they open up without you wanting them to.
Yeah, maybe.
I imagine it's a bit like, squeezing all the toothpaste out of a toothpaste tube. Really easy to do one way, very hard to get it back in.
Shit.
Like in Cthulhu, when you learn how to summon something before you learn how to control it or banish it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Totally.
I've learned to summon great evil. Brilliant. Can you banish it? No. I'll need a couple of years of work on that.
Cool. Okay. So, excellent stuff. Everyone's really got into their characters already. Yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoying the Dodeca character creation process there.
That's amazing. I love it.
It's absolutely brilliant. And I think the thing is as well, like, with those random tables, it could be really easy to feel like your character doesn't gel. Like you randomly rolling, you're like, I've got this thing and this don't mix at all. But I've only done it twice so far, but every time I've rolled it, everything's worked. They've all gelled really well. So yeah, I think that's quite a hard thing to pull off, really.
Yeah, I think what you'll probably find is that there's probably a couple of them that become more sort of primary focus out of the 5, and the others you kind of find a way to kind of make them fit. But that's part of the whole thing. It's supposed to be a narrative character creation process where you come up with this story from all of these things, and you've all made really awesome, interesting, different characters. Let's see how they all operate together. That'd be fun. Okay, cool. So the Hulk has existed forever, as far as you are concerned. This huge, planet-sized, rusting, crusty, decaying, life-giving, nurturing, creaking Hulk between the stars, and every day small vessels running from the edges of the universe and the death and destruction that is being rained down upon all the sentient species come to the Hulk, flee to the Hulk, for it sits at the center of the universe. Not literally, but now with things surrounding and closing in around, it may as well be the center of the universe as far as all the people in it are concerned. And this thing is massive, with multiple layers, sort of skins, areas, sections, shafts, levels, complexes, and no one person could ever know the Hulk completely. But luckily, you have Grimjaw among your team. And the four of you, Josh, you're not there yet. The four of you, well, I should say the three of you, Ed 210, Harrison, and Grimjaw. You have gathered together around Harrison. He is filled with a great desire for revenge. There are some people who have wronged him, people that he wants to take his revenge out on. And they are higher up, they're closer to the surface, they are in a better place. And they've taken advantage of him. And James, this kind of resonates with your I've done bad things and I want to help help with good things. And Martin as well, you're rising up from below. You know, so he's kind of brought you along and promised you, riches, safety, protection. He's a capable warrior. So, you actually think, okay, this is a good union. And over the last couple of days, you have come across this strange, lithe, young creature that frankly you could snap like a twig. But he scares the shit out of you. There's something unnerving about this kid. But you found this child in a decimated area. There was a vast kind of sewage processing facility with huge warming pipes sort of through this vast, wide, flat chamber. And within it, they had built some kind of very rudimentary kind of village. And they were using the heat from the pipes to keep them warm, and they were scavenging the rat lizards from around the area for food, and treating and dealing with local other groups and clans. But when you came upon this person, everybody else was dead, and this child was left. And the one thing this child promised you was that they had a link to the ancestors, and you all know that those who came before made the Hulk. There is something that they have, that they know, that they can share, and this intrigues you. And half bring him along, half he follows you because there's no one else around. This kind of, after a couple of days, you realise that the kid is now in your camp. When you're and you're like.
When a stray dog follows you home, it's like wary for a little bit, and then eventually it's just there.
Pretty much.
Like sitting on top of a thing, watching you whilst chewing on a rat.
I'd like to think at some point you tried to bite me, even though I'm made of metal.
At least poked you with sticks.
Bones. He's got strange clothing, this bony armor that he's wearing. It's clearly like his dad's armor, but it seems to use it effectively. And you've been trying to find an access point up to the next kind of level. There's kind of sub levels within each major level of this area of the skin of the Hulk, and you're trying to get up to the next main level where there's probably about 10 sub levels within. You've been making your way through these kind of sewage layers, some of them defunct, some of them not used anymore, some spilled out and absolutely disgusting kind of filth from somewhere else, around your booted feet or bare feet, it may be, depending on...
Not go this way, lake of shit. Go round.
And finally, you come across a chamber where there is a bright yellow light coming from within this kind of... There's a large doorway, probably twice as tall as a man, 3 times as wide. Kind of a fairly tall doorway. Yellow light coming out of this space. And Ben, please make a weird roll.
Right, so to clarify, it's number of dice based on ability.
So occult will be the number of dice.
So occult is the number of dice, right? Yep. And then weird drops the difficulty.
Yep. That's the target number.
Drops the target number. So the target number is 11. So with 2 in weird, it means my target number is 9.
Yep. And how many occult dice do you have?
I have 4 occult dice.
Okay, so you roll 4 dice, you need 9s, and the difficulty is 1, so you only need 1 success.
I got 3.
Excellent. Okay. There, you can feel beyond in this chamber something ancient, something powerful. It's akin to that thing that you feel down the back of your neck when you open the dark place. Something in there that you think is...
This is a place of the old ones. Something ancient dwells here.
Let's
Be
get
on
off
your
my
guard.
let's get off this ship then, and sort of stride forward and put wrench across the shoulder and walk through into this corridor, and sort of trying to listen out to hear if I can hear anything in the place.
Is Grimjaw actually like a space dwarf?
Yeah, at this point I am.
Okay. So you guys can kind of just see over his head as he's kind of striding forward, the bulk, and I imagine they're a bit more square than dwarfs, fantasy dwarfs. So like, ugh, and you kind of stride forward with this thing over your shoulder, and you can see actually that it's a short corridor, and then it opens into a large vaulted chamber, and around the edges there are 2 sort of sweeping staircases. All of the material that was on them, all the upholstery, all the ancient wood and stuff, the veneer has all crumbled away to dust, and there's kind of that weird bobbly grey crap everywhere. And beneath the staircase you can see 3 yellow lit glass tubes, like standing up, put into the wall. Clearly some tech is still powered, which to you is kind of curious.
Yeah.
And this room is 4 zones. The one at the far end with the 3 tubes in. The room is then 2 zones in the middle, and then 1 at your end in the doorway. So it's a little way away.
Yeah.
I wasn't saying that for any kind of combat reasons.
No.
I was just saying.
Sure.
I'll sort of have a look around and squint.
Make an observe roll.
Okay.
And are you using your...
If it's hearing
sensory
based.
device? It can be hearing based, yeah.
Hearing based.
Can I look at Grimjaw looking around and squinting in the dark and just turn my light on?
Sure.
I have a large light built
You have a
into my
large
chest
light.
plate.
Okay. Or is it like a shoulder-mounted searchlight?
No, it's just like a beacon here. It's like the Iron Man chest plate kind of thing. Just like.
Like it.
And-
Like it.
Harrison's got his pistol up, and his shoulder lamps are on.
Yeah.
They're large lights too, and his
Okay,
head's
cool.
on a swivel. He doesn't trust any of this.
So I got a success.
Okay, so the other guys as well. If you're all looking around, you can make observe rolls as well. You got a success though, Grimjaw.
I got a success. Yeah, I got a
Okay.
success.
Awesome.
So my target number is 11 minus 3.
Yep.
So I got a pair of 9s
Oh,
and an 11. So I got
Hey.
a total of 3 successes.
Cool, isn't it?
Cool.
I
4.
got 112.
Nice.
One.
Go.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So you all succeed. You all got 1 success, apart from Harrison, who's like gun out, checking doors and corners, and like as you guys kind of move in, you're all slightly drawn to these tubes in the middle because they're lit. And everyone with 1 success can see that 2 of the tubes have someone in. There's a person, a figure. You can make out the shape of a human body, much like a kind of almost sarcophagus-like outline, of them in some kind of vacuum-formed plastic,
Yeah.
container.
Vacuum packed.
That's Aaron. Harrison is aware. He can smell rat lizards. These small, disgusting hybrids that are small. They're kind of like small dogs, and they're mostly rat, but they have somehow been crossbred with a lizard-like creature that can spit a venom. And they plague the whole sewage levels. You've seen them all over the place. You've killed like 100 of these things. And they're just annoying little things, but if you're not aware of them and a bunch of them sneak up on you, they can, fuck up your day. So, you're just aware. You think shining your light
Hold them
out
by the neck. You can sing into their faces, though.
You think that shining your lights around the room as you're doing is probably enough to keep them away for now.
Be on your guard, everyone. There are vermin in here. Kurish, stay back. I don't think your armor can hold up to their venom. Light the room up.
I'll get out my small light, which I imagine is like sort of like a magnetic torch for when I'm using engineering stuff, and like just clamp it down to my hand and sort of go further towards these two tubes that have people in them, and if I can get close enough, use the light to sort of shine inside the glass and see what's going on inside.
Okay, so as you get closer, Grimjaw, you can see that there, as I said, 3 tubes. The one on the right is empty, but still on. So you're immediately thinking, I could probably salvage the power core from this.
Yeah.
The one in the middle is cracked, and inside is a horrible, rotted body, at the feet of which is a pile of kind of rotted stuff, and it looks barely more than a skeleton.
Wow, Pete, you killed me off pretty quick there.
Josh, your character's dead. Let's roll a new character. The tube on the left, however, seems to have... Josh, what does your character look like?
He is a skinny white man with brown hair in a kind of a tweed paisley suit.
Looks like we got someone breathing maybe in here, living one.
These aren't coffins.
Wearing something weird.
Yeah, and to answer Millie's question, his boots are immaculate. Yeah,
I sort of
$400 boots.
Look at his skin, though. It shines like the stars.
This one didn't make it though. Sort of tap on the glass of the other one.
As you tap on it, the glass kind of breaks, and the skull of the body kind of pops through the crack.
Or get the skull and push it back inside. Well, that was unpleasant. I could probably salvage. This. What are we doing with this one then? Are we gonna? What's he?
One moment. Let me put grandmother to sleep, and I shall turn around to the skull and have a conversation with it while it's sticking out the door. Okay. Sleep now, grandmother. Your time is past. Go back to your rest. Lay down. That's right. Good. And sleep well.
Harrison backs up a little behind Kurish, and his pistol starts to raise just a little.
You know what? I'm going to roll 1 peril die against all 3 of you.
Oh no!
And if it beats if it beats your defiance, you take a point of peril. Here we go.
Sorry, gang.
I rolled a 10.
Oh yeah, I take a peril.
He creeps you the fuck out, and you're like, reach for your gun.
Just chill for a moment, will you? Jeez. Yell that nonsense at the things that come in here, not at us. Bloomin' heck. Right.
No, you respect ancestor. Grandmother was maybe celestial being like this shiny white man.
All right, well...
He's gives you the symbol for the evil eye. He's like, Kurish, you need to go over there.
Do you want me to wake up shiny white man?
Well, I'll need to get him out of this thing first.
If you need assistance, I can open the box.
Well, I'm going to have a look at it first and see whether or not I need to deactivate some safety stuff, because that one definitely had its safety stuff deactivated too early. And I'll do a tech roll, I guess, on on the
Yeah, tech
the
roll
tube?
to see if it's safe to open it.
I got 2 successes. Oh no, sorry, I got 3 successes, 2 threes with 2 successes.
Okay, this is strange ancient technology. You've rarely seen things like this, but from what you can gather, it doesn't look like there are any offensive systems, and the only security systems are around sort of unwanted entry or use. There is clearly a deactivation protocol on this piece of technology.
Right. It looks like I can just open
While
it,
he's doing that, I'm going to start painting like weird symbols on the outside of the glass.
Harrison immediately turns his back. He's like, I'm going to check the room. Somebody watch this kid.
Right, Ed, I'm gonna turn the locks off if you want to get ready to open up the front of this.
All right, I reach and grab the front of the casket.
And then I'll try and deactivate the locks on it so it can be opened.
And then I pull it off.
Okay. So, you don't need to roll for that. You've already
Okay.
done enough roll to this is like you figured out which button it is to safely extract whoever may be inside this pod.
I'll back off a little bit, just so
I'd like to think you press the button to safely deactivate it. I'm just ripping the front off it.
Cool.
Right.
Okay. So, you press the button and there's like a and the unit actually powers down properly. Like the light starts to fade and there's like a bit of gas that escapes, like a little dry ice kind of moment. And it says bio readouts nominal in a strange ancient language. You have no idea what that means. And the screen comes off. The killer robot removes it, and Jefflon, the last thing you remember is signing the contract for the cryostasis. You were looking at just your head, but they said it was better if you did your whole body. So you went into cryostasis knowing that you would come out for a better life in the far future when your company would have taken over the whole world, the whole galaxy while you've been asleep. And you left certain, deals in place and certain provisos with your subordinates that even though you were going into cryo, you were still a living entity and therefore still a member of the board and a shareholder and, all these things. And the door of your cryopod opens to a dark, dingy chamber. The carpet has rotted away. The lighting in the room has broken and shattered. And standing in front of you is a killer robot, a space dwarf, a kind of scout assassin guy, and a small boy who's painting things on your body. As you're kind of waking up, and you're kind of come to with all these people sort of staring at you.
So the second I'm conscious, I'm gonna look around, silently, and lean forward and hit the close button.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
And then sit it down and go,
All right, it's a good joke. Who put you up to it?
Morning sunshine.
Maurice? Was it Maurice? Did Maurice put you up to this? Oh, what a guy!
Listen, Ancient, if you can change the world back, that's fine. Get about it. We've suffered enough.
I reach into the casket where grandmother was and pull out the skeleton and go, "Is this Maurice?"
Well, I mean, he had a bit more meat in his bones before he went in. Obviously, he took I got the premium package. They let me keep my badus, so I'm pretty happy about that.
And in X. Just
So, you really
Find out
let
if he's
things
an
go to
ancient.
shit around here, if you don't mind me saying. I mean, nobody's cleaned the carpet in no time. You guys got a number for the cleaning staff?
The darkness consumes everything. It's your time to put it back right. That's why you're here, right?
This guy, what is he? What is he? Russian? What are you? Where are you from? Come on.
And then I'd like second, I could get my feet moving. I'd like to kind of pace around the room, knowing that there is a liquor cabinet in this room somewhere.
Yep. Okay.
There always had to be a liquor cabinet. So I'd start like rooting through these desiccated bottles, trying to make a cocktail.
There are a number of ancient bottles, dusty and full of little more than dust now. So you're kind of rooting through and sort of pulling them out, and there's nothing in this one. Looks like there's something in that one. You pull it out, it's just a stain on the inside of the glass, that kind of thing. And you're finding it hard to find it. Clearly, the ancient one, everyone else, is thirsty. Just come out of his, sarcophagus storage chamber of purity and needs something to drink.
Any of you guys know how to make a grasshopper?
I don't know what a grasshopper is.
It's good eating on grasshopper, but you do not find often. Crunchy.
What's grass?
What is to hop?
Oh, come on, guys. We got
Grasshopper lives sometimes on ground near side of shit lake.
Oh, I've seen grass.
You all then hear the telltale. I mean, Josh, you haven't got a fucking clue what this sound is. It sounds like a horde of dogs rampaging around the edge of the room. The rest of you all hear a cluster, maybe a family, a den of rat lizards, kind of scurrying around, scuttling around the edge of the chamber, and they squeal and they snarl and they charge into the room and attack you.
Food time.
And next week, we will do combat with a den of rat lizards as you awaken the ancestor from his chamber and go about seeking revenge against the people who have wronged Harrison Jacks.
Nice.
Cool.
Would now be a bad time to play the ukulele.
Just in the background.
That's his power. Music is his power.
Oh, maybe it is. Maybe there's no music anywhere.
I can't imagine we'd have heard music before. He's going to pull out this weird box that sings. Like, what is this?
I think
Music
stomp
fairly
is still a
universal,
thing, isn't it?
regardless of culture. Everybody has something going all the way back.
Banging on pipes, all that kind of stuff. Cool. Okay, so that's just a little scene there to get into the mood of the setting and stuff. And Josh, thank you for being patient there. I know, but it kind of fitted well.
Oh, it's so much fun, honestly.
Awoken from the
Perfect.
thing.
Yeah.
So hopefully you guys enjoyed the character creation process, and everyone at home watching and watching back on YouTube later got a sense of how it works again. And we are going to start our adventures through the Hulk next week with a combat with rat lizards. I'm glad to see that my streaming stayed stable and I now know what the problem is, so that's great. So next week we'll be back with more Dodeca, but later tonight, Aaron, what have we got?
We're back for probably the final episode of New York, Call of Cthulhu, Masks of Nyarlathotep, as we try to put together the clues to find out who murdered Jackson Elias.
What? I'm joking. Cool. Okay. Excellent.
And that's 9 p.m. Central Standard Time for everyone in Great Britain. You'll be asleep. Catch us on YouTube.
It's like 3 a.m. here, isn't it? So it's kind of
Yeah.
And then tomorrow we have got the return of Once Upon a Time in the Old World. Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay Adventure is back with Jim in the GM seat and our lovely collection. And Aaron, you're back for that then as Hagen, aren't you?
That's right. Hagen will be back and on the road to Middenheim.
Hammerzite.
Poor.
Hammerzite.
Cool. And then on Thursday, Aaron's back again. Aaron, you're busy. You're more Garblag than any of the Garblags. On Thursday, we have our new Pathfinder 2E show, Ondrum the World Mountain. I'm really looking forward to it. I've been prepping all the overlays and stuff, so it's going to be cool. And we've got an interesting bunch of characters, and we're going to drop straight into the action as they are performing services for the defoliators and having to clear out some of the aggressive plant life that threatens to constantly take over the town of Shatterfall. And then nothing on Thursday night, is there? There's no, not this week. It's in a few weeks' time, I think.
I think next Thursday, or maybe it's 2 Thursdays, we'll have Delta Green.
I think it's
starting.
the 30th, so I think that's 3 weeks' time. I think we're going to have some wrestling in between now and then.
On Tuesday.
Yes, there has been some talk
Tuesdays,
of wrestling, just
Yeah,
a tiny
some
bit
wrestling
on
stuff.
Discord.
Yeah, just a tiny bit. And then on Friday,
We've got the first full episode in the adventures of our new travelers on their ship, the Vindictive Bitch, as they run from the vast collection of enemies that they made during character creation.
Awesome. The Vindictive Bitch. That is a great name for a ship. That's a great name for a ship. Cool. And then we will come round to Monday again, where we may have a dev stream. We'll figure that out between now and next Monday. And then we'll be back round to Tuesday for more Dodeca! So, yeah. Okay, so don't forget to check out all the social medias, Facebook, Twitter, all that lot. Come and join us on the Discord, where we're talking about all our shows, role-playing in general. We've got a GIF channel. Let's talk about wrestling, role-playing games, all kinds of stuff going on there. We've got an awesome community of over 500 people there now, so it's really great chat going on in there. And also, please check out the Patreon. We have some awesome people who support us and make all of this possible. And everyone who supports us helps to make it better for everybody else. And there's loads of cool free stuff for people. So please go and check out the Patreon. But other than that, all we have to say is thank you very much for watching. We've been Garblag Games. Stay safe and happy gaming.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.